The Sorrows of Young Werther by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. July 11th, 1771. Mrs. M is very ill. I pray for her because I share Charlotte's sufferings. I see Charlotte occasionally at a friend's house, and today she told me the strangest thing. Old Mr. M is a greedy, miserly fellow who has long worried his wife and kept her on an unreasonably strict allowance. But she has always been able to manage. A few days ago, when the doctor knew that there was little chance of her recovery, she sent for her husband. Charlotte was present, and said this to him: I have something to confess, which after my death may cause trouble and confusion. I have always managed your household as frugally and economically as possible, but you must forgive me for having deceived you for 30 years. At the beginning of our married life, you allowed a small sum for the kitchen and other household expenses. When our establishment increased and our property grew larger, I could not persuade you to increase the weekly allowance in proportion. In short, you know that when our household cost more, you expected me to supply everything with 7 florins a week. I took the money from you without saying anything, but made up the weekly deficiency from the receipts, as nobody would suspect your wife of robbing the till. But I have wasted nothing, and should have been content to meet my eternal judge without this confession, if I did not know that whoever looks after the house when I am gone will not be able to manage, and that you might insist that your allowance had been quite sufficient for your first wife. I talked with Charlotte of the incredible blindness of men, how anyone could avoid suspecting some deception when 7 florins were allowed to defray expenses twice as great. But I have myself known people who believed, without any visible astonishment, that their house possessed the prophet's never-failing cruse of oil.